Hi guys, this is my face. Welcome to another video. Today I'll be doing an art journal with me. Oh, my very first one. I am so excited. Also the first time that I'm doing a voiceover, so let's pray. This is the page that I'll be working on. I already put down a colored page. I almost dropped my tea there. I already put down a red page, as you guys can see, and that inspired me to do kind of a collage art journal page. I saw someone else's art video or like a sketch video, and she used this site called Pexel or something. Not too sure if I'm saying that correctly. And I stumbled upon beautiful pictures of Afro-American girls, and then I realized I've never done a drawing of someone who is not a white girl like me. So I mean, I also need more diversity in my art journal. So I started looking on Pexel and typed in Afro-American girls, and then I just randomly selected the girls that spoke to me the most. As you guys can see, I'm also taking some things out of my art journal that I save in the back that I might want to use in the future. The name of the page on the left was A Stolen Kiss or something, but the paper broke down in two, so that was a shame. I decided to kind of make a nice solution and rip off the text of this page and just put it on the page. Because I just love the name of the color of the paper, A Stolen Kiss Red or something like that. I think it's wonderful. It kind of made me feel inspired to do just a beautiful, I'm not saying that my thing was beautiful in the end, but it inspired me to kind of have a very playful page because A Stolen Kiss Red sounds amazing. I was struggling with my glue because there was dried up glue stuck on the, how do you say that, the nozzle of the bottle. Removed that. I struggled some more with applying the glue, and once you have it all fixed, of course you apply too much glue. That's always a problem. Shaking the bottle like crazy. And yeah, then I just stuck it on the page. And I'm a perfectionist, so I still wanted the lines, like the name, to be linear and just to fit perfectly, so I was struggling with that. I believe I already found the portrait or like the girl that I wanted to like draw, so I grabbed my watercolor paper that I use for when I do watercolor paintings, not that I do that very often. I just wanted to sketch the girl that I had on the picture on the paper. I will show you guys what the girl looks like. The thing about sketching is that you can make mistakes and then remove it with the eraser and just try again. I mean, it is just sketching. So that's what I did. I looked at the photo that I had of the girl, and then I just kind of went with the flow. I don't have any great techniques. I should probably follow some like art classes that I could find on my Skillshare page, because I accidentally took a subscription to Skillshare and I still haven't used it after having the subscription for 4 months. I should probably use it sometime and do some portrait classes or stuff like that. I had some struggles with the mouth, especially because she had an open mouth and she was smiling so incredibly much, and until so far I've only drawn girls that had very little facial expressions, so this was a little bit of a new challenge for me. She's closing her eyes, she's having such a big smile, so I wasn't really happy with the way that it looked, but I was just thinking like, let's just finish it and see how it looks, and even if it's not pretty, still put it in your art journal, because then you will be able to see the process that you make over time. Didn't like the look of her face, so I sketched the outline of her face again. Kind of looked weird to me. And then I just drew the neck, the ears. She also had beautiful earrings, which I thought looked really great on her. And then I realized I had to draw the hair, and that is always the part that scares me the most, and especially this girl, she has an afro. That is something that I've never done before, so I didn't know how I was going to work that out, but you will see in a bit how that went. So that was the sketch pretty much of the girl that I made. I'm pretty pleased with how this already looks. I grabbed water, I grabbed tissues because I'm gonna do some watercoloring. So this is the set that I use. It's from Winsor & Newton. That's just really great colors. If you are starting with watercoloring, just take a basic palette. You can mix and match all the colors and create your own. As you guys can see, 2 of the colors were stuck on the palette. It happens to me so often. I don't know how to fix it. I used the brush, which is in the set as well, which is very detailed and nice. Plus I also used this brush, which is a little bit bigger. I bought it in like a pack on Amazon. If I can find links to all the products that I use, I will definitely have them in the subscription bar, or like, not subscription, description bar below. Okay, putting the colors back. This happens every single time. And then I just mixed and matched some colors, some brown, yellow, red, in order to create kind of her dark brown skin color. It looks quite orange with this camera and with this lighting. Even though I filmed this with my lamp, it still looks really orange. But I just colored in her face, and I didn't erase any of the, how'd you say that? I didn't erase any of the pencil sketch marks that I did because I was gonna draw over it anyways with a fine liner is what I wanted to do, but I didn't have it with me. So it's also just really easy to have the sketch marks there still, so you can see where you have to paint or where you don't have to paint. I darkened her skin color a bit because I still found it a little bit too light, so I went over the whole face again. I still find it very difficult to work with watercolors because I just don't really know how to work with them, so I'm just doing something. Again, should probably look up some tips online, even though I have already done that quite a bit. I decided to put some contrast on her face, but still I thought it was very, like, just a lot of contrast, and I find that very difficult to work with, even though I think it looks great on some other artworks. So I removed some of the darkness that I applied with a tissue paper, and then I added her lip color by using the skin color that I made before and then just adding a little bit of like red pinkish color to it. In order to create some highlights on the face, I just added water to my brush and I started rubbing over the same spot over and over again and wiped it away with my paper tissue, and as you guys can see, it's a little bit lighter than it was before. So I think this is a nice technique to create some depth in the face. And then I decided to create some more depth by using a darker color this time, because she does have a shadow over her neck and along the sides of her face. And still, again, a perfectionist, so I'm trying to blend it into the color as much as I possibly can. I feel like it's starting to look like something. Maybe you don't agree, but I think it does. For someone who is not an experienced portrait drawer or painter, I think it's quite okay. I decided to do her hair again, also in the watercolor, but I found that the brush was way too small, so I picked up a bigger watercolor brush pencil. Not a pencil, but this was way quicker and way easier to do her hair. Again, in my mind it was like, shit, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna make her hair look like she has an afro? But I think I did quite an okay job, to be honest. I kind of created some layers, or it kind of looks like different layers, by making some of the watercolor look much more dark, some of it a little lighter, trying to create some little curls in the hair as well. And if I thought something was too dark, I removed it with a paper towel again. you guys can see, sometimes I also try to make some curls in your hair as well. Next up, I use these metallic pens that I bought recently, and I decided to do her earrings in the gold color. And you cannot really see it on camera, but it definitely lights up on the page. Like, it has a nice sheen to it, it glares, it stands out a bit. But if you look at the hair closely, I also put some little brown hairs in it as well, because I saw that in the picture and I wanted to have that too. So I went over the sketch marks that I made for the earrings, and I made them a little wider, a little thicker than I did. And I think it just brings a little bit more of a dimension to the painting as well, just to have another medium, like a different something in there. Then, instead of using my fine liners, which I wanted to, I didn't have them with me, I just used a regular black pen to create outlines on her face, some sketch marks that I did want to go over with, because she's pretty much done. I only wanted to draw on some eyebrows as well, and just the lines of her nose and her teeth. Boy, can I tell you, when someone has eyebrows, they look so much better. Except if you're Jeffree Star, then you are amazing without eyebrows. I cannot imagine Jeffree Star with eyebrows. Just a nice little montage of what my desk looked like. A mess, but a cute mess. Here I'm drawing on the eyebrows. I don't know if I showed you guys it later on, but I did also put some watercolor on top of the eyebrows as well, which made it look so much better. But now she's coming together. She's becoming a real person. Again, you cannot really see the gold metallic look, but it looks amazing in real life. I'm actually quite happy with it. Unfortunately, she didn't fit on the page as one. The page was too small. At first, I wanted to glue her on the paper with this stick glue thing situation, but I quickly found out that the glue was not that great, and I thought that it would not really stick that well on the page. So I just used my liquid glue. The thing with liquid glue is the page does crinkle a bit, or how do you say it? It doesn't stay flat. Let's put it like that. And then I just stuck her on the page. The watercoloring paper is very thick, so I had to press it really well, and I was hoping, praying to God, that she wasn't gonna let loose. And then I put on the other side of the girl on the other page. It kind of looks like a complete spread, I think, if you can put something like that on two different pages. It makes it look like a whole quote-unquote piece of art. I cut out the bit of the watercolor paper that I put some of the palettes of the colors down. I wanted to see what they look like, and I put it down with some washi tape. I believe that this is a silver reflecting washi tape, which I thought looked really cool. And this is what it looks like. In the end, I also added some stars to the page. I thought that they would look just really nice with the page. It's quite colorful. I love the girl, and I also wrote down the date. There's still this little bit in the corner that I don't know what to do with. But I'm pretty sure that I will add like a quote or something to the page to make it complete. I hope that you guys enjoyed this very first art journal with me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel by clicking somewhere here on the screen or on the button down below, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!